Hey everybody, it's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong.
Not too long ago, I created a journal that I called the Dumpster Dive Art Journal because all of the materials for the base of this journal came from some recycled containers not too far from where I live. Forgive the staining on my hands, I've been playing today. But I do love picking up rusty washers, little bits of metal in parking lots. I love corrugated cardboard. And I love labels. So there is a lot in here that is just scrappy. It's a true junk journal, and it has that secondary layer of being an art journal. You've probably seen quite a bit of this. I did come back and add some color to some of these areas with gelatos, which are really fun to put on an item such as a tag or something, and then kind of brush it down. You can leave it, but it does have, you can see that, some of this material it doesn't soak into. So I like to add color like that sometimes. And I love the way this layer builds up along the thread. We will leave that there. If it gets on this other page, that's okay. Like I said, you can see more color. Hello. Like I said, you've seen a lot of this probably, but there are some things I don't believe I've shown you yet. We might have talked about her face, looking happy on one side, angry on the other. I think one of the things that's happened since you saw it last was that an entire dot of this gold acrylic paint peeled off. I want to see if I can reproduce that, and I'm sure I can. See that? This gold acrylic paint is so thick, and that's so funny. It bonded to the blue paint underneath, which was thinner, and I knew going into this that one of the challenges for this journal was going to be working on glossy catalog magazine type pages that really don't absorb these things like acrylic paint, water-based pigments. I'm trying to remember how much you've seen. So I think you've seen a lot of this. I think you've seen her, but maybe not this lid to a sea salt container. And I just couldn't throw that out. I thought it would be so fun to stick a brad through there, and if she wants us to see that eye, that's good. If she wants us to see a little bit, she can do that. Or she can completely cover it up. We'll leave it like that. I don't remember if you saw the butterfly. Forgive me for not remembering exactly what was in the last video. I do put things in here that I come across in the workshop. I did a lot of coffee staining on this page, and I do love it. I actually like the smell of it too. It's instant coffee. Oh, I think you saw her. It's coming back to me now. I did come back and add some color to her face. It's funny how when you see something on the camera, it shows you these glaring things that you don't see when you're looking at it with just your naked eye. I put down a napkin on this page. Let me show you this napkin. Not too long ago at the Dollar Tree, they had some gorgeous paper plates, and they usually have the plates, the napkins, the cups, but they didn't have the napkins. The next week, I went to a different Dollar Tree, and they had the napkins and not the plates. So I bought a pack of these, and I'm putting some of these in each of the fun packs I'm working on. But that is that page, and then I just put some color around the edges with one of the gelatos again. I really love these. And sometimes, depending on the surface, I color and leave it. Sometimes I add water. Sometimes I wipe it down with a cloth. Anyway, I did come back and add some color to this page. I ended up cutting her feet off because they were just sticking out and they were getting more and more ragged every single time I worked in this. I think I've added color to a lot of these pages since we were here last. I know I've added this because I was filling an order for playing cards, came across a couple of the B cards that were bent in the middle. I don't like to send out bent cards, even the old ones. I try not to do that. So I just tore it in half and made some tags. I love tags for the pages. Now I see a face in here. I see the eye and a little mouth. This is alcohol ink. This was from a little art session that I had last week, and it was nothing but coffee, just coffee. And then I came back and added the lines, but it was really cool without the lines. I wish I had taken a picture to show you how that shadow of a face was there with just the coffee. I put that down with washi tape. Of course, you can see the Eiffel Tower there. And what I started doing, I think, since you've seen it last, is to come in and add some of these paintings and drawings that I do while I'm sitting on the couch at night. Some of them are sewn in, some are glued. Again, this paper is a challenge to work on because it's glossy. That was from a folder that had some Anna Griffin die cuts in it. So I didn't want to throw the folder away. The packaging was lovely and a very nice weight to it. So I put that in. Oh, I love how she turned out. So she is in with a little bit of glue, but I went around the edges with masking tape to make sure she stayed. And then I cut out some strawberries. That might be from the Anna Griffin thing too. And I just put that where it looks like she's about to take a bite of the strawberry. There's alcohol ink on this glossy page. Then I came back and used an ultra fine point Sharpie to put my journal entry. This is cool. That's just sort of a take on a playing card. There's still some wet paint there. Look at that. That's why my hands look like they do. I sanded this page just to see if it would grab hold of any paint. It did grab hold a little bit of some black watercolor. So I'm going to have to come back and work on this one again. I like this page. It was probably one you remember when I end a session. Sometimes I will go ahead and paint some pages so they can dry overnight. And I turn the camera off. This is green acrylic paint. And I went ahead and glued some pieces of an old dictionary in here. I did a drawing with the R2 rollerball pen from the Dollar Tree, and I finally found some. Yay! I started really looking hard after someone, was it Kat? Somebody mentioned that they had found some, and I finally found it. The packaging looks different, and that could be why they didn't jump out at me, but I really don't think I was missing them because I have been really going through the shelves with a fine-tooth comb, and I didn't see them. So let's make this darker. Never give up, never. I came back with some white paint and I kind of made that not as bright as it was before. There she's got some flowers on her hat. This is watercolor, Sharpie, the R2 pen. That's another drawing, or painting I should say, that I did on the couch one night. A lot of layers of watercolor, and then this is some texture paste, and I went back over that with some watercolor. This is alcohol ink that's running down the sides there. I love that magazine page, so I just left it as it is. Yet another painting and another. The magazine pages that I really loved, I'm leaving them so that I can look at those. I wonder if you can see the image on here. I know I showed you before, but I think there was a definite glare. We will make sure you can see that this time. And then, ooh, she looks kind of scary. She has a lot of reds, as you can see. This is alcohol ink in the center on that masking tape. I love the way it brought the black out in this page and just, you know, accentuated that. Sometimes I just can't talk by this time of the day. Again, I love the way the two little white paint marks make the teeth, and they just look so perfect. It's not overdone. I don't overthink it. It's just two little dots, and I think it's really pretty. This reminds me of the Starbucks coffee girl. That's not who she's supposed to be. I was looking at a very old image and just trying to draw with Sharpies on that page. I will probably come back and put a written entry on this page because I really love handwriting. I love beautiful handwriting. I wish mine was better. I'm content with it, but honestly, handwriting and cursive. Come on, people. Come on, schools. You've got to keep teaching cursive. It is an art form. It's an absolute art form. Another drawing from the couch and painting. I draw and paint. And yet another one. And I did like this magazine page, so I left it as is. This as well, I love the antler from the stag. And we have another painting here. I'm probably going to keep adding. This page has been everywhere. I love crows. I had tea stained a lot of pages from a bird book. I knew I wanted to keep this one for myself, and it just kept ending up in different piles around the workshop. And I thought, you know what? You're going to end up losing it. And I don't care what journal you put it in, just stick it in a journal right now. So it ended up in this one. And I love this. So this is a glossy. Wow, it's storming and it's raining. You could hear the thunder. I quit talking and it's still going on. That was really a long one. I love the way this turned out. These really heavy glossy pages are so difficult to work on. Any sort of pigment that is water-based does not sink into the pages. It just beads up and you can wipe it right off. So I've been looking for ways to do art on these pages and, you know, just grow as an artist. I covered this whole page with masking tape. This is the R2 roller ball and just watercolor. And I think it turned out really pretty. It looks almost like a girl looking in a mirror. And that might be where I've stopped. I'm sure that I will put so much more in here, and I will probably give you a flip through from the beginning every single time because I keep going back and adding tabs and color and words. Okay.
Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. If you like the content here, like trashy junk journals, art journals, tutorials, all of that kind of stuff, be sure and subscribe. Okay. I'll see you later. Bye for now.